on the web.
I'm on join to host it to the whole minister to they get money to the store there. We go take it from there. I say, my man, I only back for the same lecture.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police do before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he call me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the around about 8:30, the man call me. He said, "Oh, my man, I lecture been I'll call you back
So
again."
that time you go to where?
I go to where?
You leave for your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now.
No, I'm not go steal. I go to yeah.
I see the man say the man go steal.
How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand,
Yeah.
then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How made it talk clear?
Okay, let's go now.
Journalist.
I beg you, sorry.
I say
When I call you in the land now.
when a man call me in man,
Yeah.
he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea
The man
to carry to the
The message you want to give you what?
tea. How milk tea? How milk tea?
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink.
With bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of full bread.
With egg is that.
We eat a mighty butter. So when I carry it to when the man say carry it to the man, when you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So
So
the food make you now, you carry that thing, go convince your friend now.
yeah, when I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man you going to now.
Yeah, I say man,
The man tell you say he want for you to go steal.
no, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now
In the jeep.
in a Jeep. Then there are 2.
A big jeep. Oh.
Yeah,
That wins.
black BG, photo G.
Photo jeep.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
Air condition, all is that.
no, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. Oh. You can judge people. I'll leave the water now. Oh. You can judge people. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. Oh. No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. Oh. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again.
You said,
I wanted to mean it. Who talk clear to you, but you double in the question. Hi, not looking. Hi, you looking. Hi, looking. Then you want post another more word there again. Why not belonging to the talk? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, just me. You say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. That's why I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
when I give me answer now, then you
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go now.
go to school. The English say I many the English.
Okay, sorry. That's why I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
People I can take time to.
To explain.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
If there's any reason because president number 3 that got you angry, please you learn that you cannot vote for the president. I'm here to speak to you as a senator. I'm saying to you and your son, we have a relationship. On my knees to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry because we are expecting a change. There will be no broken
The only reason I'm commenting on this is sovereign say issue, the lack of ability to pay debt by a former ruling party is because more insinuates that the reason why they can pay is because they're not steal. Now that's a fallacy or reasoning. That I cannot pay my expenses because I'm not a thief. So to proceed in that level of reasoning is to say that the only way I'm able to pay my expenses is if I steal. And if we assume that is the way to go, then there's a problem. There's something inherently wrong with the unity party. Either the only way they survive is by stealing, or they lack the ability to generate income in other areas. Now, I will draw the analogy this way. The ruling CDC was an opposition party for 12 unbroken years in this country. Over those 12 years of being in the opposition, there was never a case in point where the CDC lacked a national headquarters. There was never a case in point where the CDC was under the point of eviction from the national headquarters because of the inability to pay their rent. One of the cardinal responsibilities of a father, and I'm drawing a relationship here, is to provide accommodation for your children. A ruling party is a father, similarly, if we go into analogy, because you are seeking to lead a country.
Finally, have you reached an agreement? There are speculations that your political son, Jeremiah Cohn, is the running mate. What can you say to Liberians ahead of the official pronouncement?
That will use electronic and free media. They use everything to promote dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President Joshua, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's task in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy. Because Joseph Boakai, former Vice President Boakai, dropped in his heart, he collapsed. Almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who went there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in the medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural heart, compare the two. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He said, so maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and elected him. Maybe you call Joseph, George Weir boy because of the age, because Joseph Boakai is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, what that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boakai on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boakai, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew him out of the country for open heart surgery and making to live today. But the way Joseph Boakai speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have know you, but he did not. He did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here.
He's taking away.
I cannot look at a battery man and he let you, because any minute you could collapse. But you already say you want to be president, and we know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing at reading the comment section. John Balu said the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county, 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly carried out a massacre on the Kavala River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when Kid Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fula man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Majidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort was giving anti-Janet Hosmer money and squash car to love it for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, he say he wants to save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu, that Brian, the senator.
He thought on saving Liberia then? Sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get deep this few times. Because, look, there's some...
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I can.
Agostina.
I don't want to do it.
Agostina.
Yeah.
You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Show the way to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Show the way to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Show the way to me. If you talk to somebody and they say, oh, because I'm more, don't do it, don't put me in any situation I can handle.
I don't talk to anybody for.
Okay, you don't got to do it. What you do for me, let's just go to the lady tomorrow morning, we'll see her. That's all. You ain't got to do anything. Yeah?
Yeah, for what now?
Agostina, don't put me in any situation I can handle. Well, yeah.
At the station.
All right. I'll come in for you after that so we can go see her, yeah?
So do what now?
Not doing anything. We just go and see her.
I don't do anything. I can do it. I can afford it.
Agostina, then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace in the public. It's a disservice for you. And you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted
for you after that so we can go see her, yeah?
So do what now?
Not doing anything. We just go and see her.
I don't do anything. I can do it. I can afford it.
Agostina, then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project.
Then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project.
Then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project.
Then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project.
Then it will not be for me.
It's not a job project. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say, Representative Grace in the public. It's a disservice for you. And you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay? The House Donor is a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what you told, he had checked here. We published those checks before. He denied a signature on those checks. Before 2020 campaign, he's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. That's the budget he voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million is not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know the MLS. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you didn't inform the people because everything you inform the people is not working for that. And he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor didn't vote. Well, why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen said that Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Why they play? There's $3.6 million. Yeah, the money here. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said where they put it. I bet you one question is when they took it out, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
And we've been doing that with people cleaning the champagne in our various communities. So, in social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you pointing them to say, I name this. But if you don't ask your people, then what you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, you take them to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. Okay. The second thing is that we want the borough's autonomous.
The borough's what?
It's autonomous. It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we have to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at the good time, many young people are graduated from college in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting out of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're taking elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
Hello, Robert B. here is the librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the married to attend the junior high school, the Pastor Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert here is one of the daughter's son. Robert here is one of the credible sons. Robert here is deserved to be a servant of the district. Robert here is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency in Kemakan, in Kemakan.
These things could happen to NSC. So I supported Joseph Parker, knowing that by 2023 you'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023
You'll be tired. You could have a good heart, a good, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him paper. Every day I gotta buy him paper. There's a man who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for one term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
Achiwo medu anore EPS man. And he said EPS man, my friend he can go into our face and friend with all of them. And I see that he even get me in the fence to go walk around. China to the president area away. Get me on my first time to enter in the fence, carry me there, and not my one here and girlfriend carry there. My parents in Kakatapa or small my mother pass away. And my father now happy here. When you see pack copy. I know what my parents when they said they have our in Ghana. They go arrest, but when they think how the person will arrest me, they EPA man, there's friends who own us. For me, I never knew say they make friends with people own us. But I choose Facebook, I try they get me. So I escape. I go by road, so I always go by road. I'll come in, I see me transfer me to come back. The reason I decided to escape is my friend boyfriend what they call. But you're not one for Elan. No, but if Elan blow, if I in a bro, I will call him. He was not the one who pay my work. You're thinking like to say this guy will never see me or nobody will come to see me again. And myself, how I was thinking that the way I escaped I go on outside like I will never come to be fun. I stole the arm with 2 phones and insisted that US or anywhere that true I take it. The reason I took the item from the EPS man and I owe me to send me on the operation to do it. My friend boyfriend nobody arrest me. When I took the EPS man condo in suspect for in the hotel, for me to and girlfriend already waiting for me was that child weapon laying here. I get a weapon too. I the truth by telling you. I say 17. I never read for the charge the officer chairs and he only bring one paper and the paper they put a child they may call in lawyer and get a paper to in lawyer. The reason I came across the EPA car, I never know the EPA car in my whole life. That is they encourage me when the EPA car. I was sitting to him to a place. He tell me say the EPA car say he like me. So he will put me on the operation. Anything I only make, I should take it a minute I only make money or after. So that when I took the man one, I get a phone to him and I let my friend let me to know the boyfriend and the boyfriend let me to know the EPA. That you are I just connected to the people. They won't send me. Get a phone to one friend with a motor bus for him. But he know the place, he know the ball. When the officer asked me to the police station there, lawyer was there. Then he tell the lawyer say, you know the ball are in front, the ball they can't eat out to back. So that child and there, the lawyer put gas in the car. He know the man, but after the man come to the station, who I never do that to him my own. I say it and I regret it, just a mistake. And before they get bring on here, when we went to the police station, I was even begging him. I said, the man who let him out for fire. We get talk to school, the place like for air, before we treat the man bomb. The EPM may what would tell it out to that. I don't know the EPM personally. Who did that? What would get that connection? I'm going.
If I tell you things I did in Ghana before you were born, you will feel discouraged. You were the one that feeding chicken here, but today I can't do it. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to tell you a fairy tale story that you're going and this and I actually honor you.
You said during the group of days in Bong, you were one person who used to steal chicken.
I'm proud of that too.
And today coming back to tell the Liberian people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position. Don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
And I mean, one of me, I will take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot just. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refound, not only by myself, but by God.
But being refound, don't you think you still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can.
Let me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you a factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it.
Couldn't make a sound, able, but it's such a good feeling. Praise
Yes, indeed. It is another opportunity, another moment to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. A beautiful Tuesday in Monrovia, the nation's capital. What a pleasant way I'd like to welcome all of you to yet another exciting conversation on the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it. The trade-off they are making to win, while losers, on the other hand, see it as punishment, and that's the difference. Discipline, discipline, and discipline. The pains you have to endure in order to succeed. Sometimes you go through very difficult moments, very difficult circumstances. You're compelled and restrained. Sometimes you deny yourself of self-pleasure just because you want to succeed. Sometimes the work will demand, or your bosses will require you to go through very difficult moments. But in these cases, or many, losers will always see them as punishment, while winners will take them as discipline. And they will discipline themselves along the line. Such is the epitome of a successful person in whatever you do and however way you do it. As talent is nothing without dedication and discipline. And dedication and discipline is a talent in itself. This morning I ask all of you to cultivate the attitude of discipline in whatever you do and however way you do it. A pleasant good morning to all of you, those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, and even those of you who do not like the things we say, the way we say the things we say. It's good to have you join us this morning for breakfast. Yes, of course, there are too many things to talk about. Lots of things happening in the country. This is week two of Joseph Numa Boakar's presidency in Liberia. And we always say too many murmurs, too many grumbles, too many disappointments, too many frustrations are being expressed all across Monrovia from different quarters. And we have also learned that the national chairman of the Unity Party has left the country with his family. For what? We can't say exactly. But we have been made to understand that Luther Tappe has left the country out of frustration and disappointment. He has left the country because Joseph Numa Boakar has not lived up to his expectation. And they were the one telling people to manage their expectation, while Luther and his family did not manage their expectation and they are running away. Interesting moment, wonderful people, great nation. What's the menu for today's conversation? At 9 o'clock, Fireburn CDC District Number 9 Representative Frank Safoko, a very young man, enthusiastic about the work he do and about his country. We share a platform on a wide range of critical national issues, from the legislature coming down to party politics, national governance, and the fit and hope of its own political institution, the CDC, now that it is the newest opposition political party, should I say in the minority unit? All right, in the country. The CDC is the newest opposition political party. And you can see, you can see them trying to flex muscle. But they don't make it. It is what it is. Frank Safoko Jr. will be here at 9 o'clock to share breakfast. And Austin and I will drill Frank through
Somewhere from America.
and asking those questions of relevance as a matter to national governance, politics,
Somewhere from Australia.
and what have you. More to that in between time and just before when Frank Safoko comes in, we'll run an analysis on the growing wave of disenchantment. What's responsible for all that within the Unity Party ranks? The appointments, the considerations, the expectations, and of course, some of what has been happening at the Capitol with regard confirmation hearings.
Was snoring. Yesterday your mouth was shut.
Yesterday, the National Port Authority Managing Director, Honorable Sekou Dukle,
When I can hear them from across the ocean.
officially took over. And the ceremony was very, very colorful, well attended, hugely attended.
Different colors.
As well as the Foreign Minister Destiny had the opportunity on yesterday to engage for over 2 to 3 hours or even more.
Different colors.
She spoke on a variety of what needs to be done in terms of reforming the foreign service of our country. And I thought she spoke from an informed perspective. As somebody who understands a great deal of what is required to resuscitate, to revamp, and reawaken the dying, if not dead already, the dying foreign service of the Republic of Liberia. And District number 10 Representative Yeke Koluba had his own disenchantment to speak about. So disenchantments are all over the place. To put all of them into perspective and then draw an analysis on why and how did we get where we are today. A good day, a good moment, a pleasant opportunity to engage on those plus other issues that are making the news in our country. What a way we would like to welcome all of you. And of course, let me use this time to bring in my dear friend and brother, Austin Kawade, the man who celebrated his birthday yesterday. He got the whole place on a lockdown. Comrade, good morning.
I like the way he. Okay, so we're good. I like the way he said it. The man who celebrated his birthday yesterday and he got the whole place locked down. This guy
wasn't that the case?
This guy can exaggerate.
We saw Facebook.
But anyway, it's good to be here. Abu, let me say a very, very pleasant good morning to all of you across the country. Good morning to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to be back on the radio on a Tuesday in the Republic of Liberia to engage, on the many, 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 many issues that are cross-cutting across the country. Monrovia is in fact, Capitol Building is the heart of, is the attractive venue to everyone following current events in the country. And so it's good to be here. Yes, we didn't celebrate yesterday, but we observed.
Where in Monrovia or across?
Both. We spent a few hours many hours, more than 4 or 5 hours. Hours
We
here.
spend the morning hours.
No, I left from here around 5. I left the office by 5.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we
I
spent
saw one car.
I left by 5:30 like that. So if the car was seen around that time, then
I
it
was
was me.
seeing around 12.
No.
Around 12. Because
I think that's when the mechanic was carrying the car to do some servicing. But I was here. I left the office by 5, and then went across for a meeting. And but
wow.
let me just say thanks to all of you. Yesterday was extraordinary. I didn't see the hype. Actually, I got yesterday. I must admit, I didn't see that coming. Especially so when we were just from a heavily divided thing, competition. So I didn't see that hype coming, but yesterday I felt
It is
love.
the first birthday after the election.
Show.
And after the tense engagement and all of that.
Yes, I didn't see that hype coming.
But there are more variables that were posting, sharing, and celebrating. You notice that?
You have to contextualize what
Anyway,
the movie. Well, thank you. Thank you, but I mean I appreciate all of you for the love shown me yesterday. Couple of advice came as well, and couple of recommendations came as well. So yes, we'll take everything into serious consideration and we'll make amends to and the necessary adjustments where necessary, whether it's in the work we do as professional journalists or socially or religiously, whatever it is. Just us, we're going to make the necessary adjustments.
I
And
can guess
say
some of
to
the
you,
advice you received yesterday.
I think I should.
No, but I don't want to guess.
What?
I want to guess you were advised
If
to...
you, yeah, go ahead.
I want to
And
guess...
if you, go ahead. No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So, folks, Abu is getting married, and we're going to inform you in due course the details.
The mele diverting conversation.
You're not getting married.
Of course, I will get married.
No, are you not planning your wedding?
I'm not sure if today is the day for such
Okay, but you're talking for variable. But anyway, Abu is getting married, and we are going to inform you about the details. About the wedding, and all of that. So we'll let you know about the wedding, the venue, and everything. And we'd like to
so
say
maybe we are in a
congratulations
pre-planning stage.
congratulations to the madam. She must be a very an extremely strong madam to get this board to make that decision was not an easy thing. Thanks to Omen Sim Sanyo as well, who've been beating her back.
Anyway, folks, it is what it is, and it's good to be here. And so the CDC announced what they describe as what come back to what a retreat to come back. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. But they've announced a retreat, a national retreat for April of this year. CDC announces comeback retreat 2024 organizing committee under the theme, and I believe Austin, you saw the transforming setbacks into comeback. Transforming setbacks into comeback. What do you think? What do you make? I know the list of the committee is so very voluminous. I mean, it's too very wide. Must we include everybody to have a retreat of this nature? What we some committee has more than 15 people. Some committee has more than 10 people. Some committees are even 20 people, and all that. Somebody say, why is this is equal to overdo? What do you think?
The CDC has an identity. The CDC is known for an identity. The CDC is known for doing elaborate, things. They love to be elaborate, and that is an identity that you can take away from the CDC. And so, yes, for me, it didn't come as a surprise when I saw the committee being very enlarged. But for retreat purpose, I don't think you need all of those people on planning committees or steering committees for retreat purpose, because you need people to retreat is for reflection. You know, where
Critical
you
reflection.
show where you've come from. You know, how did you get to where you got? Where were you? How did you live where you were? You know, where you intend to go in the next period of time, and all of that. And to do that, you don't need a large group of people to do that analysis. Just one committee alone could represent the entire steering committee, the planning committee for the retreat. And by having 15, some committees, 18 persons, I think it takes away it brings a lot of distraction in my mind during the planning process. It brings a lot of distraction to the planning process, and it takes away a lot of impetus from the planning process as well. When you bring more people together, view with
This is almost 100 or even more.
with different views, different opinions, the time you take to consolidate all of those opinions and views during one meeting, you can use that time to progress with your planning process and all of that. So I don't the thing the release is already out, but in my mind I don't think that no more no more
Yeah,
it's too
honestly,
huge.
I think it's too oversized to
Yes.
project a very, a retreat that will yield substantially what you want. Like somebody commented to say, if you're trying to fix a spoil, for the most part, the culprit of that spoil cannot reside or must not be seen as the one. For the most part, you want to get a whole new progressive minds around the table that will engender, a whole new path. I think this is a point where the CDC want to sit back and reflect on what went on, where did they go wrong, and what can they get correctly to come out and be a more responsible, right? For the most part, a more responsible, robust, and and all involving political opposition, right? So the size of this committee, I think I have a problem with it. It's too large, and you find duplication of roles, you find duplication of names. What's the essence of all that? One may appearing on two, three different times in different committee. What is the essence? Some people will not even be attending the meetings, but just to accommodate and you have people there. No, this can be much more smaller than what it is now, but be very more efficient and very more impactful than what this will even produce. Some of these people that are even mentioned here for the sake of being mentioned on a committee might not even be in the country, right? They might be in different places, but the records should just have it that their names are on committee. It does not work that way. This is the same attitude that you're trying to deal with, and you can be solving the same problems with the using the same problem to solve just the same old thing, right? So I think they have to make some adjustment. If they don't make it, that's fine for them. It is their political party. They decide how they want to do it. But this appears to me a very noisy stuff. Because if this is just the organizers, right, that's going to be organizing the retreat, we are not talking about the delegates from the different counties, right? The different constituent political parties, right? That's going to be there. So you can just imagine if the organizing committee is over 100, or let's say 100. So when all the constituent parties and their county representatives send their delegate, that over 5,000. So what kind of some resolution you're going to come out with? People will be having meetings while other people drinking beer, while other people doing woto woto, and so it's going to take away. I think one of and I want to speak this to the chairman and his team. Uh, it's not all of the time we will do something, and we must have all of the name or all of our friends' name on it. But sometimes we have to be pointed and say, "Oh yeah, this thing here, we have a 20-man committee to organize the CDC special retreat. And nobody must feel offended. If your name is not on that retreat committee, organizing committee, it's no offense. It does not mean that we overlook your participation or what you bring on the table. No. But when we come to the retreat, right, there will be other roles that other people will perform. But when we oversize the retreat organizing committee like this, for the most part, they almost come across like we just trying to organize another fun fair for us to go sit and have time and think and move on. I don't know, but it is what it is. This is what the CDC has come out with, and so that's our view, that's our opinions about it. Whether it changed or not, but we'll keep watching to see. And I don't know. I expect a more different CDC in opposition than what it used to be before it became a ruling party. Right, Austin?
I think they want an inclusive that conversation or a conversation or a planning process that will include many people, since many people are angry too. This could be maybe the intention of the folks to say, since many people are angry, let's get them included in the planning process so we don't leave anybody out, or let's touch every sector of the party, and so we don't get anybody excluded or any sector excluded from the process too. So whatever the determination was, I think it still does not justify the number. I mean, the
Oh yeah.
oversizedness of the list. But again, there's a bigger picture beyond just the list, which is to ensure that to get the right people around the table to have the conversation. Because man, you don't want to go to a retreat where people who are perceived to be the doers or part of the reasons or the problems why the CDC is where it is are not seated at the table too. So you have to get everybody included to be at the table. Now, are they are they on the committee? I don't see most of them, to the committee as well. So probably they're going to be self invitations to play different roles, or to sit in and listen to the different conversations. Because that place, that retreat is for, I mean, deep reflection. People have to open up and express themselves, speak out their mouths about people, including the standard bearer of the party as well. And then you trash all of the differences. Then you plan for the next 6 years and all of that. There are collaborating political parties also who have some grievances that I don't see much or most of them on that committee. As in large as the committee is, I don't see many persons from the MPP. I don't see many persons from the MPP. I don't see many persons from the uh, the LPDP and the other six
Other
political parties.
They move.
So exactly,
The other small.
political parties. So if I mean, to name a 100-member or almost a 100-member committee, and collaborating political parties, representations are not deeply or heavily reflected in the committee. It's another observation for me. For me, that's my major observation with the committee. I thought I've seen party chairpersons, maybe party secretary generals, but I know the secretary is there. So with the secretary generals, but it goes beyond just the secretary generals and the party chairpersons of the political parties.
9 political
Show.
parties within the coalition.
So it reflects the coalition instead of the Congress.
But it seems to be more Congress.
Yes, sure.
Some of the same issues that they had in governance, they're repeating the same thing here now that they're even going to retreat. They kind of recalibrate, right?
Sure.
And get ready to come. So I don't know what's the vision, what's the mindset if we can get Andy Slobochi. He is I don't know, the public relation officer on the committee that was announced, to give us some ideas on how did they come up with this, why there are more Congress partisans on the committee for a CDC, for a coalition retreat of reflection and recalibration, as compared to having other constituent party members and all of that, so that it be a broad-based consultation on the way forward, so that when you start to speak, and this whole thing about seeing the party as the Congress for Democratic Change thing, and every other person just supposed to be there, right? People have, I think people like James Varney, people like the man from Bombing County. I don't know why they got named Corruption King Kong, right? The reason why all these people left the coalition, even though their parties did not leave absolutely, but they took a faction of their party off, was because of the fact that inequitable distribution or inequitable participation in the coalition government. So we cannot see the same reflection of inequitability in setting up of a committee that must engender a new pathway for the CDC come back to power. And so all of these are the growing concerns that you want to go sit down in Buchanan to solve, and then you can be seen as repeating the same, right? George Sylvester Mobile have been having some conversation. I remember at some point we had an arrangement for him to appear and speak his mind on some of those issues on the way forward, the future of the CDC, right? So, and they have right, because there is a bonding agreement between and among those those constituent parties. So the NPP is a strong, founding member of the Coalition for Democratic Change, right? So what was the idea that informed the formation of the committee, and why we're not seeing the reflection of other constituent parties into it as much as we are seeing the CDC into it. These are concerns, and whether you like it or not, whether your ear love to hear this or not, these are issues that you have to deal with. If you do not deal with it, if you carry the same arrogance you have in governance, you carry it in opposition, forget it on your own, right? Nobody here, and nobody here came from heaven. Their mind, their far born and say they kind of pass around, and few people just sort of being CDC, anything they do, and that's it. No, it doesn't work like that. And of course, you have to do the right thing. You have to correct the wrongs and make progress. And that's what exactly it is. Now, you didn't get in there, right? So we did not get, but if Andy is listening and you want to chip in, you can call us, or just any other person from the CDC leadership that spoke with the necessary information around the committee can speak to us. It's a privilege. We're giving you free time. You can call and tell us about your party. And if you don't want to call to, it's your business. However, we make progress. And so the conversation moves to the Unity Party government and the slowness in President Waka's setting up of his government structure, and how that has ignited disenchantment among supporters and, of course, stalwarts of the ruling Unity Party and collaborating or alliance members. But first, I have something to say. Maybe Austin has not heard this, or he have heard it, but probably did not pay full attention to it. And we have been doing some background on why is it notable names and faces we saw sacrifice everything for Baka's campaign, and to have Joseph Baka elected. Some of them, and, they soured their personal relationship with people. They went personal, they insulted, they did everything they could just to make Joseph Baka president. And now that Baka has become president, Baka is president, Baka has, at least in the public, is viewed and seen as though Baka is being ungrateful to these people. Like Yeke called him yesterday an ingrate, which is very hard of a word. But however the case, I think if there are no better description for the actions and attitude of a person, you're left with limited options, and you have to use the word because they are meant to describe that particular situation. So, yeah, Baka is being considered as an ingrate among and by most people. Some of them have not come public; they say it privately. A lot of them call me and say, "Oh, man, we are kind of regretting." And I'll be like telling the person, I said, "But Mr. Baka has not even named 100% yet in government. So why are you so disappointed this early?" But however, people expectation or conversations that were held. But now, yesterday, I got to understand that, Austin, the moment Mr. Baka was announced and President Weah conceded, and then subsequently Mr. Baka was announced winner of the president-elect of the country, a lot of things started happening. And some of those names, like the Patrick Horner, the Stephen Johnson, the Mo Ali, and they're like that whole group of people that people are seemingly campaigning for their inclusion now, right? Based on the public loyalty we saw displayed and the risk some of them took to make Joseph Barker president, is as a result of dishonesty on their part, I'm told. The moment Mr. Baka was pronounced president-elect of the country, these guys, we are told, started to have conversation with business people, Lebanese people, Indian people, some people who have contract with government already and want to maintain their contracts, right? At the port or at different areas. So because of their proximity to Baka in the government then, right? And even the $365,000 that was given for that inaugural something, you understand, is playing a key role in Mr. Baka's, I should say, anger with some of these folks, but the public don't know about it like that. That is not in the public. So these people started soliciting money, and it came to the knowledge of Mr. Baka, and Mr. Baka fell, undermined, betrayed, and of course he felt his integrity, and the integrity on which he campaigned was being undermined, and some of what he campaigned against was being the order of the day. So he decided to take action against these people by kicking them away, and considering other people he believed will stick to the principles and the philosophy for which he campaigned to be president of Liberia. Right? I'm told Mr. Mo Ali particularly his trip to Ghana in November. Let me get the day right. In November, on November 30th, 2023, when Mo Ali announced that he was going to Ghana for 7 days or so, right? That in fact he was not going to be reachable through direct contact, and other people saying, "Oh, power not enter the man head." He was going to have meeting with business people or people of interest in the country, and the outcome of those meetings and conversations did not please the president-elect, and ever since he has had problem with them and the way they have managed themselves. Luther Tapperstein accused of something like that, and his management and dealing with the 365,000. And these are the unspoken reason for which you have not heard Mo Ali, Luther Tapperstein, you have not heard any of their name, as much as we all know that they were in the vanguard. They were in the forefront. They sacrificed their reputation. They sacrificed their friendship. They sacrificed everything. But sometimes it's important to understand why is this happening at this time, because it is not naturally normal for a man to just out of a sudden just become cruel and insensitive to the right things. So these are some of the reasons we've been told for which Mr. Mo Ali and his likes are not in the photo as of yet. As of yet, right? It's not squarely because Mr. Bwakai just want to be ungrateful, but no, you have to give the other side an opportunity to know why is this happening. It could be a justification. But Mr. Ali and the likes, Patrick, their silence also validate. And I'm throwing this as a challenge to them. Getting the facts on, we may not get the details, but I know the names of some of the companies they've met with and people that even sponsor their trips out of this country. They went and started having meetings and almost seemingly entering into agreement and giving assurances and coming back to prey on the president, and the president took offense at that, and that's why they are not getting what they expected and all that. The other side, The other side is that Mr. Boakai entered into personal agreement with people that were giving him money and resources behind the scene for job, like a transactional thing, right? So he collected the people money to get them job or influence over a particular sector when he gets elected. And now that he's elected, so he's going back and rewarding these people instead of people who were in the trenches, in the rain, in the sun, and all that. Like Luther Tapper will say, in the poo water, where were they when we were in the poo water? But they were the one giving money, they were the one printing t-shirts, they were the ones sponsoring the Omen trips across the county, and they were the ones sponsoring the Omen trip to America and other places. And this is where we are, but it has contributed significantly to displeasure, and from all sides, people are not happy.
So people are not happy, and for us, you see, it's good that we are having this conversation at this point in time, especially this early. Why? Because when we predicted everything that's happening, some of you did not see beyond your toes or beyond your feet. You were concerned about the green t-shirts and the sour face of Joe Barker that was inscribed on the t-shirt. And you were not concerned about his capacity, what he's capable of doing. All of the testimonies that were told by people who knew Joseph Barker very closely, they knew, did not take seriously what they said to you that Joe Barker was capable of doing. You said, no, let's give this back car the chance by putting it on the track. Forgetting to know that there are cars that are beyond repair. And you did not see the car brand called Joe Barker as a car that was beyond repair. You took it and placed it on the track. Some of us are not going to waste our time consoling you. I told my man Patrick even left his job at Firestone and got fully involved in the campaign. Amara Kone, prior to Amara declaring support for Joe Barker, went to Facebook. Amara was the one who broke the story about Joseph Barker 17 untold grievances that he was recording as vice president with Eddie. But Amara allowed envy and hatred. Envy, hatred, greed, pride, arrogance. Those are things that be swallow Amara Kone that put him into Joseph Barker. Not that Amara did not know that Joe Barker was not a man of his word. But because of arrogance, he said, no, I will leave what I helped to make and go to where people do not like me. And after all of my tricks and chicaneries, they will allow me to make the decision. I was coming to work this morning and saw and was reading an article.
And that's the one I'm coming to read.
Published by one of the online dailies quoting Momo Cyrus of Green Bassa, of Lofa, cautioning Amara Kone to be very careful what he says and when he speaks about Muslim and Christian and Christian dominance in public service. Then I said, is this coming from Momo Cyrus? Is this directed to Amara? What did Amara go to Barker for during the runoff? What did Ako declare support for Barker and his UP? What were the conversations held? What were the conversations on the table? What were the conclusions reached? Why isn't Mr. Barker living up to the commitments made to those political parties that declared support for him? Did we see this coming? Yes, we did. Did we say them? Yes, we did. Did you accept them? No, you did not. Today, we can be crying along with you, Amara. We can be crying along with you. You started a campaign called Manage Your Expectation. Just 2 days after the election, after Mr. Mr. Weah conceded, Amara started a campaign called Manage Your Expectation. The expectation, the campaigner, is now refusing to manage his expectation. A crying baby.
Baba Conte has left. Perfect manager. Some of his boys have left.
I listened to the MD for the poll yesterday. He said, I was shocked when he said, I am not a member of any political party.
He is a professional.
So everything we've been speculating that, the Argo slot, it was confirmed yesterday. So our good friend and brother is not a member of any political party. I like what the vice chair of the UP, the UP vice chair for mobilization, Warwick Bryant, he said at the turnover ceremony yesterday at the port that, hey, we implore you to depoliticize this place. And he emphasized that phrase repeatedly. We implore you to depoliticize. This place needs to be depoliticized. That was a message, a very key message. And there are folks from the UP who had to call some of us and say, "Oh, but what's happening?"
But you even heard MD about the party politics thing.
Sure, he was clear.
Emphasis on, on an apolitical environment. And the rumor and gossip that, you come here, fire CDC. No.
And Mr. Baga,
the entity.
Mr. Baga was clear during the campaign when he said the people floor the payroll, go to the MPA, people do not have work to do, no office space. We're going to cut that off when we take over. So those of you who campaign for Mr. Baga cutting off, they are telling you that, hey, they have to depoliticize the MP. That's a fun thing.
Yeah,
Look, let me say this to you. We told you that there's a difference between governance and political campaign. Governance is very, very far than how you see it. Because the policies and the systems that we have just do not allow any public servant to politicize his or her service in a government portfolio or in a government position or in a government office. If that was the case, then Coffee Brown and Bill Torrey were going to dismiss all UPs who were at the port. My man Payne, they're still at the port. If I pay them were in leadership position at the port, my man Prince Wilson and Darius, they're all UP people. They're in leadership management position with Kiawu. They all at LPRC in management position at the LPRC. Nobody chased them, nobody hunted them. Today, that government has returned to power. Do you really think they're going to use their authority to start hunting people instead of doing the work?
And that's what the MD is saying. So the scene where they were maintained when CDC came, so he is obviously going to maintain, but he emphasized on optimization of what? Output and productivity. And which is what every sensible, productive, progressive manager in any sector across Liberia must make paramount. Because the attitude at workplace is very, very weak and lazy because of their party thing. Because the Murphy, the United Party recommended him go there, he sit down, he get party protection. When you ready 1 week, 2 weeks, you not go to work. That whole department will be limbed up. Why productivity is low, but he or she expect to get salary every month. Man say, we're not coming cut salary here. And the young man spoke very profoundly and projected a sense of a whole new Liberia. And people must start embracing themselves for these kinds of conversations and these kinds of reality. I think we are backtracking on this to let you know basically that campaigning is quite different from governance. So some of this enchantment you are seeing around here, you are still in your campaign mode. Not because you wear green or you wear blue, that means you are a better librarian than the other person. Governance is about the country and is about the state. And in the state, everybody holds equal rights and privileges, especially as citizens. If you read the laws on privileges for being a Liberian citizen, they say the group of Liberian citizens that are in power are more Liberian than the ones that are not in green. No. You all are equal to it. It must just be justified by your competence, qualification, and your technical know-how on whatever job or service you have to contribute to your country. And this must be the basis. So Momo Sarah's response was in the background was a post that Amara Connor made, I think on Saturday. And I'll read a post for you so that you all grasp exactly where this is coming from. President Joseph Boakai has appointed 15 ministers to head ministries, including 2 ministers of state without portfolio. Lofa has 5, which is equal to 29.4% of the total that he has appointed in the ministerial positions. Bong has 4, which is 23.5%. Basa, Bomi, and Nimba have 2 each, 35.3% combined total of the 3 counties, right? 6. While Cape Mount and Sano have 1 each, 11.7%. Lofa has Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Oh, I don't know that from Lofa. Okay. So Lofa get where people.
They say they put in Lofa because he man from there.
Oh, okay. I thought Lofa that the only country that get people of non-Negro descent. So MOE and Ministry of Education from Lofa. Ministry of Youth and Sports from Lofa. Ministry of Internal Affairs. I want to see how the Senate will confirm the other rebel leader, gang leader, militia leader in Sakila Yimale, right? From Lofa. Ministry of State with our portfolio, right? They think what you can be doing and be appreciating. So people in other countries now they will know say what you mean. You gotta be very clear in your communication. One country has Ministry of Public Works, Ministry of Agriculture, and 1 Ministry of State with our portfolio. 1 minister, sorry. Bomi has Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and Ministry of Transport. Basa has Ministry of Health and MICAT. Nimba has Ministry of Justice and MOD, Ministry of Defense. I know the women are protesting very strongly against this nomination for the Ministry of National Defense, something we could talk about. Sano has the Ministry of State, while Cape Mount has Foreign Affairs. Still going through scrutiny and order. 15 of the 18 cabinet ministers, 83.3% of the cabinet position appointed from 7 of the 15 counties, 46.6% of counties, with 3 cabinet ministerial appointments remaining, mines and energy, labor and post and telecommunication, 8 counties, Bapolu, Monserrado, Mangibi, Grand Coup, River Cess, Grand Jide, Maryland, and River G are without ministerial posts. He won Bapolu and Mangibi in both rounds of the elections and Monserrado in the runoff. The president promised a minister from each county. Clearly, this promise will not be fulfilled. Of the 15 cabinet ministers appointed so far, there is only 1 Muslim mankability. This is what Amara posted, and it has generated mixed reactions. And I'm told the contingent from Lofa are not too pleased with it. It's shedding light on what many will want to consider a Lofa dominant government on an attempt to dominate the government with Lofa people, right? They think Amara is being trouble, he's being sentimental, he's being divisive. And that's from where Momo Sarah came in to draw the line especially raising the red flag on the security risks and danger.
Sure, yeah, sure. And I agreed with the portion that has to do with Ama being uh, travel. You see, you don't you elect you don't go to politics or government with a particular mindset that is not driven by policy. When you do that, you raise expectations that unmanageable expectation. In fact, that's how people like Amara did, and we were very clear here that hey, Amara, for your level of education, your level of experience, leave the credential aside for your level of experience. You know, we don't think these kinds of conversations. We said the same thing with Prince Johnson. You can tell your people that's abuse of popularity or influence. When you go to the people in Babolu or the people in Blajina and say, let's support the man because when we support him, he will give us Muslim holiday or he will give us fast laws or he will give us this place. Who they us? A particular tribe or religion. When you do that, in the case where it does not happen, and we said these things here, my people, that's what gets me angry. Right? These are things that we said here. That it was just not possible that a president would get elected and in the absence of the legislature and give you Muslim holiday, for example. That a president will get elected in the absence of his cabinet minister, his technical team or his political party. There are alliance political parties and just take 5 ministerial positions and give it to you. We said these things were just not possible. No president comes to power and takes 5 ministerial positions and give it to one county. Who does that?
But a presidential candidate promised that he was going to do that.
So
who do you hold responsible then?
I hold the presidential candidate that took his support to the Unity Party. You know why? When people follow you,
You mean the candidate that took his support?
Yes.
What about the man that guaranteed that this what I will do for you?
You know why?
Because Amara said 1 minute. Because Amara said that Baka promised for the county and the regional representation.
Each minister.
That each county will have a cabinet minister, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also told, particularly from the ACOP end, right, that these requirements and these proposals were welcomed by Unity Party, and Mr. Baka received them with open arms, that he was going to deliver on them, right? When they went to the CDC, Charles Gibson, they were even angered that Charles Gibson had to be there raising legal issues, which were the real things to do. Folks, you got to listen. Charles Gibson told the ACOP delegation that, you know what, this demand, for example, for Muslim holiday, for this other thing, these are legislative matter. It got to go before the legislature, right? So we can guarantee this one, we hold this one. So it was a technical legal conversation that the CDC folks were having with the ACOP team on what they can give and what they can give, and how they can give what with the legal bureaucracy and the legal requirements that are attached to these things. But in the case with the Unity Party, no. When they went there, according to them, the Unity Party received and said and gave a commitment that they were going to. In fact, the next day they went, the Unity Party had prepared an agreement already, right? An agreement between they and the ACOP team, and all it was awaiting signature, with an inclusion of all of ACOP proposals. That yes, these are the things we will do. So sign. And that's how they talk to the people. So people are holding the Unity Party and Mr. Bwaka by the promises and the commitments he made. I know those commitments and promises were very unrealistic, unthinkable. In fact, they were foolish. We said it here.
And my point is, when I come to you, Abu, I say, my man, they won't bother to be here drinking. Will you do that? No.
Which you know I'm not going to do it.
Obviously, right? In the case where you do it, are you going to tell your mom or your pastor that, oh, see, maybe to drink it? At your age, when you're supposed to know your left from your right, and you're supposed to know better? No. Chief, for Amra to even be written that contradiction, Amra is saying there was a commitment made to give each county a ministerial position. So what do you give to the political parties that declare support for you? It means no political party will get a ministerial position if you give him one to each county. So you see the contradiction. So there was nothing in Baka's commitment to believe Abu. That's my thing. There was nothing in Baka's commitment for Prince Johnson to believe. There was nothing in Baka's commitment for Akko to believe. Because if the man is telling you each county will get a ministerial position, he's also giving political parties ministerial positions. Prince Johnson said they agreed with Baka that Baka was going to give them at least 3 or 4 ministerial positions.
He said 7. He said
that's why I say at least now 3 or 4 at least. So if you get 3 of, let's say 3 to Nima, Prince
is saying that on the basis of the same agreement that Baka had with him.
Sure.
And that's how Akko and Amaratu are coming out to say this is what you told us. You're not doing
over ambitiousness leads you into missteps, making wrong decisions. When you are overly ambitious for things, you have too many mistakes. I mean, you make too many mistakes because your ability to rationalize gets missing. When you're overly ambitious, but you just want it. Prince Johnson was overly ambitious, and he has always been overly ambitious, especially for government positions. So at that point, Prince Johnson was not rationalizing. He was concerned about rallying his people in Nima. Listen to Prince Johnson, we call this Abu. You will realize that Prince was concerned about the government positions, the jobs. Listen to his sermons. He speaks about the jobs. He does not speak about reform or rescuing the country. He speaks about the jobs. So he went to the negotiation with the jobs. And let me tell you something, when you are negotiating, and you should know that, you should know better because you did diplomacy. When you're negotiating at times, you say what the person you're negotiating wants to hear. Because this man wants job. You can go to the table and tell the man, say, exclude job from the conversation. This man wants a certain number of jobs. And in politics, people can say, in politics, they're not Bible, people can take to the table to negotiate. Baka said on the record that if it causes him to dance with the devil to get the presidency, he will do that. Who did Baka consider the devil? If Lusuni Kamal was sitting in his office, rationalizing that statement. If Prince Johnson was sitting in his office, rationalizing that statement or analyzing that statement, Baka said if it causes him to dance with the devil, he will do that. Who do you think Baka was considering the devil? The other political parties that were desperate. He saw the desperation in Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson fitted within that corridor of being the devil. The devil. What did Baka consider the devil? Akko. He felt that Akko had oversized or overly ambitious or demands. He said, let's go there. We have a conversation with them. Abeton went to high. Well, you Abeton go to any election in the country you be. Just make him to election. Hi, money, hi. The government is hi, happy, hi, not happy. Abeton Kinte. Abeton went to the table with demands. Baka said, if it causes you to dance with the devil, you dance with the devil. The devil was not the physical. He was referring to unrealistic. Once I can do anything to get the presidency. If President say give me 10 jobs, I will agree. Just to get his support. If Ago say give me Muslim holiday, I will agree. Just to get that support. If Abeton say give me 5 jobs, I will agree. Just to get his support. So he accepted all of these demands because Baka had a target to get the presidency for him. His biggest target was just get the presidency. If it causes him to agree to all the commitments, all the requests coming, I will agree to them to get the presidency. You and I, Oliver, Ibi, all of us sat behind these same microphones and said these things and exposed these things. They didn't listen.
That's the whole point that can make it a little, difficult to even have these conversations, right? Because if you backtrack a little bit and the warnings and the analysis we proffer around these,
we didn't have them,
and but yesterday the very same people that are victims now weren't listening, and we were clear cut that Mr. Baka was making unrealistic commitment to you, right? As much as like you talked about negotiation, right? It is anticipated and expected that people will be responsible in the conversation on the negotiation table.
Yeah.
Because there is tomorrow. So if you go to a negotiation thinking you can scam the other party, when there is an opportunity tomorrow where you need that party, you will not get it because you not even have the face, because the first time the person ever sat with you on the table, you scammed them. Right? But now,
and Baraga says yeah. Baraga says he's going to be on 7
so
years.
even assuming if Baraga going says yeah, and there were
he's incumbent.
These negotiators, like the ACO, the Prince Johnson, the Amara, right, on the table with Baraga, who have allowed reasoning to prevail more than emotion and sentiment against George Weah.
Sure.
Right? When, for example, when Charles Gibson leading the CDC negotiation team were speaking about the law, they too who have remember as a national political party that the state is governed by law and their procedure that inform certain actions and decisions.
Sure.
Right? That commitments must be tied in with those legal realities.
Sure.
Anything outside these, it is easy for you to deduce that it's deception and it's trickery.
And that's what Baraga pushing into. Very deceptive in his negotiation with all those people.
So now, the frustration and the underlying issues and concern is the lack of discipline to commitment that they are realizing about Baraga, and that's why they are all coming public. If you read Amara's post and try to understand it, Amara is trying to expose the dishonesty in Joseph Baraga.
To who? Not to us. Maybe not to
not to
maybe
us,
not to
not to
followers.
his supporters. Apparently, Amara is trying to I don't say he's trying to mesmerize his boys.
This man is on the record for what? This man Eddie took this man from a rented apartment. Mr. Baraga could not even afford to furnish his own house in rehab to renovate it, to move in. Eddie took the man from a rented building to the cabinet building as vice president and president of the Senate for 12 years. What did he do to Eddie? He betrayed her, and on her birthday, this man presided over a Congress that expelled Eddie from a political party that she brought him to. This man on the record said he was not going to campaign on Eddie's legacy as vice president to her for 12 years. This man on the record said he squandered opportunity, the UP government squandered opportunity. He did not see that as a disservice to the United Party or Eddie Johnson who made him. This man is on the record for telling Cummings at one point in time that he didn't know Cummings. It was the first time meeting Cummings. When records show that this man identified Cummings in the public, is that Alex? Right?
There are actually plenty of red flags.
So don't come here. I want here we didn't know, we didn't see this coming. Henry Costa pump Joe Baraga for years in this country and told and branded him ungrateful Solomon Swan. Henry, you insulted him and got attracted to all his negative or his bad behaviors and forgot about the good things he was saying to safeguard our country. You went for the bad part with Costa. And did not choose and did not consider the logic in what he was saying.
Costa and the UA family.
The UA family. What did he do to the UA family? What did he do to Cummings? How did he pay Cummings back? Look at it. Even Amara Koneman wrote on Facebook talking about 17 untold grievances Baraga had with Eddie. So the red flags were too many, my people. For us here, we did not have them. We raised them. We elevated them to the extent that people even hated us personally and insulted us practically, physically assaulted us in some cases. So we didn't have them. There is nothing that Amara is saying. There is nothing. We sat there and told you, hey, Joe Baraga, the level of time that I have known Joe Baraga, I say this to you. You are not going to get anything out of Baraga's leadership once it is Baraga presiding over this country. Nothing you're going to get.
Is that how insensitive Baraga is?
Look at what's happening in Lofa. A whole tribe is ostracized from the governance process. We said Baraga was tribalistic. That lie you're seeing it. Who is he prioritizing for employment? Who is he?
It become to the is it the Gandhi?
Yes.
Yeah. The Gandhi and
The Loma.
The Gandhi, the Loma, and the Madigo. I think they issue a statement or something.
Who is he prioritizing for employment? From his own country. Who is he prioritizing? We said this man was tribalistic. So you don't bring your nurse or say, oh, the main get all the Loma people there. We are the largest tribe in Lofa and we get a job. You don't bring that thing down. We told you this man was tribalistic. We said to all of you that, hey, Katumu Bwaka, don't see her quiet. When was that last time you heard Katumu talking? She has not spoken since the election. She has not given one interview since the election. Katumu has entities that she has work to do. She took over the Cloud Hope Foundation. Katumu has not presented one plan, one idea of how she intends to run that place. Katumu is the one who's been micromanaging Joe Barker. We said that year. Today, who is the one making the biggest decision? Katumu and Joe Barker Jr.
And Jojo.
They're the ones making the biggest decision around Barker. Barker is just sitting. When Lima Bowie spoke, describing Joe Barker as Humpty Dumpty, you insulted her. What do we see today? A Humpty Dumpty behavior of a president. Just sitting somewhere and being pulled in the corners by Katumu and Joe Barker Jr. Bombing country. Normally, traditionally, or customarily, the caucus who decide who becomes a superintendent and especially certain mayors for the key cities in the country.
But Katumu is
today, the person that was picked by the caucus, Katumu is saying no. She's bringing her friend from America. How the hell you take somebody from the US to come and be superintendent for bombing who has been away for over 10, 15 years?
We warned you that this thing was going to be a family
thing. How do you do that?
Yesterday, driving on the Tottenham Boulevard, the convoy I saw behind Joe Barker Jr. That convoy I saw behind Joseph Barker Jr. And let me remind him, maybe he is listening right now, around 6 to 7, coming from where? Coming from that IAF aluminum factory, something there in Cinco, right? That boy was coming with how many vehicles? 5, 6 heavy vehicles. They blocked the road. So you can imagine. And he is not the only, big son of Mr. Barker. Tantan is there, right? And all of them are entitled to EPS and, of course, state security. So all of them decide to start riding in convoy around Monrovia here. So you can imagine what can happen. This is simply because Barker is a puppet sitting somewhere and the people around him will consume the power and start to utilize the power in their own ways. And this is what you're seeing. The folks will come out to start talking, but some of them still holding because they feel there are more times and something is going to change dramatically.
Yeah.
They're complaining already that the first family have changed their number. They are not reaching them on the way they used to reach them before.
And that's obvious. They are the first family now.
Oh, yeah.
They, at that point, the security takes charge. So they're not going to give you a number that is vulnerable that anybody can just call, just reach you anytime. In some cases, they change your number. They change your number and give it to you and say, this is the most secure line you can communicate on. So they don't want anybody tracking your conversation or hacking your line, all of that. So yeah, that's obvious. So you guys have to understand, hey, the way to run country, that's not how you run family or you run political party. I see most of my UP friends, they're angry. See what's happening in Bomi. You today caucus me and say, this is the position. We want a superintendent. This is the person who've reached decision. The first they say, no, that's my church. Just give me the slot. Mm-hmm. She decides who becomes superintendent of Bomi to rescue what? Why is that lady coming to rescue Bomi? What is Bomi's problem? Bomi is very underdeveloped. You take somebody who was not even here to even assess the problem.
Yeah.
To even familiarize herself with the problem. And you give her, and that's how it's happening across.
Because her friend, right?
Yes. Her friend. The same thing. Joe Barker Jr. just said and say, yeah, my friend will be assistant director here. My friend will be director here. My friend will be deputy minister here. And you give them, and he's not giving the jobs to them because they are his friends. People are paying for the jobs. You get 50K now you go to Joe Barker Jr., you can get a job. You get 40,000 dollars, I can give you a job. 30K can give you a job. It depends which job you're going for.
Oh yeah.
So if you get someone at 50K, now you say, my man, I want to be put manager for a BK now.
So like Austin,
He gives you the job.
Austin must say, yeah, you say, oh, but if somebody can just volunteer right now and pay 50,000 on any of us behalf,
we'll get job. You hear the announcers.
So yeah, our name. Jobs are being purchased, right? Joe Baga children, his cronies, his associates are collecting money from people, right? And I will not call someone, even Lebanese people, there will come a time here, everybody will come and start confessing. The weakness in the leader is allowing for all these things to happen.
See what they're doing. You appoint a justice minister, you part behind him, you influencing your people to honor his confirmation. Because in essence, Mr. Baka does not want Kubakra as Minister of Justice. He doesn't want Kubakra. Let me tell you something. Do you know who Mr. Baka preferred as Minister of Justice? Tiawan Gonglo. Tiawan said, no. I can recommend somebody, but I can be Minister of Justice.
Tiawan doesn't trust it.
So Tiawan recommended somebody. The UP rejected him because he was a young man. They said, oh, the man are young. No. They rejected him. Right? Prince Johnson, they came in with Cooper Crab, blah, blah, blah. They were not convinced of Cooper Crab because that is the Ministry of Justice. So to appease Prince Johnson, let's deceive them. I will make the nomination, but y'all gotta go fight. So he UP men now fighting Cooper Crab, bringing all kinds of things up to say, hey, the Cooper Crab man, he can be. But you knew Cooper Crab had these issues. Why did he nominate him? You part bien on a man in the man. On a man in the man to be Minister of Justice. So you don't want him to be there saying somewhere else and appoint a Minister of Justice of your choice. But you can't nominate the man. Then you pay people and influencing people, manipulating people's minds all around the UP corridor to honor the man's nomination. Confirmation. You do the same to other people and you protect other people. Look at general minister. But at times, some of you, I feel some of you.
But Austin, when people already finish paying their money for something, you gotta push and give it to them.
And this is where I will transfer our angle in the next 2-3 months after all of you. After the legislature shall have concluded or or confirmation process. Because if you guys sit down and allow some of these people to get confirmed, trust me, the respect and the repetition of the legislature that people continue to talk about, you will lose it again. It will not have respect for any of you.
You ain't doing due diligence to try to understand how these people are even being nominated.
Right? Your state-run university, this man is conflicted.
Lying.
Baka only recommended him, nominated this man because that his stepson. But this same man spoke against cronyism. Those are that big words. He said we are running he said we are running a kleptocratic leadership regime. You come to power, you doing the same thing. In your first two weeks, you're doing the same thing. You take your stepson. You saying to commerce.
You saying your cousin.
A conflicted character, somebody whose nationality is conflicted. Somebody whose credential is conflicted. You sending them. You tell your nephew, he's saying no car. You tell somebody who's look, let me tell you, this thing we're in it for 6 years.
Then your nephew, who the hell got to the army, the chief of staff?
Oh yeah. What's the name? Fuller.
Yes. Something like that.
You deny Solizo, right? He said Solizo went and posted on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. This Zola man who's going to be the general of the army is a recognized, a certificated member of the Unity Party. The Facebook posts are clear. In party t-shirt. EPA people wore party t-shirt. One EPA man wore party t-shirt during CDC launch. They don't have real all around in the country.
It's okay, make a national conversation.
It's good that Joe Biden has nominated an army defense chief that is going before you for confirmation. That is a well-known partisan of the UP.
So let me see.
Let's see what you guys will do. Francis Yimali is on the record in video for threatening to waste blood if he sees a security man
Francis Yimale, I know people got
You nominate that man as
he
internal affairs minister. He's going before the Senate for confirmation. Let's see whether you guys will confirm Francis Yimale with that mindset, that arrogance, that violence in him. Because these are some of the reasons why people that saw this Zoden were not confirmed.
Oh yeah.
And Baka is nominating them. They're going to the Senate. And we will start disrespecting all of you in the Senate if you guys sit down and allow some of these nominees to pass. If Baka wants his internal affairs minister to come from Lofa, there are many people in Lofa who are qualified. This man got anger in him. This man got hate in him. He's going to pay back.
You know why the entire Kwadu Boni rejected Francis Akila Nyimale when he contested in the Senate race? This man is a tribal bigot. This man is vindictive. He is rude. He is arrogant. He is. I mean, Francis Nyimale is everything that has to do with
Francis Nyimale is just extremely illiterate. He's a grown up illiterate human being that should not even be near public service. You taking and sending the internal affairs to go and manage people? Are you joking with the Ministry of Internal Affairs?
Nyimale is a terrorist.
You take that man?
Or confirming Nyimale would be institutionalizing terrorism in Liberia. So if you do not want such a thing to happen, because if Nyimale start to do malicious thing and try to be terroristic, right? Everybody will not sit down and fold their hands and see one Nyimale passing around with that his sour English and terrorizing everybody around. People will not tolerate that. So you want a government, you want a society of peace and harmony, right? So to even validate that these positions, as per what's happening, is being paid for and bargained, right? There is a particular office, a regional, office at the Rabos International Airport. On yesterday, right, we were informed that one of Joseph Baka's son have taken his best friend, and carry him. Apparently, they do not know that office there is a tenure position, and it is by the memorandum of understanding between the monorail countries. And so they took the guy there to forcefully ask the current secretariat, the current head, right, or the Secretary General representing Liberia on that committee to leave his office. They carry talks, partisans, and all, because Joe Baka's son have promised his friend that he will make him the head of that entity. And let me read some of the document. It is the Rubber Flight Information Region, and they have an agreement between 3 countries, monorail countries. The agreement is between the government of the Republic of Guinea, the government of the Republic of Liberia, and the government of the Republic of Sierra Leone on aeronautical corporations, right? Aeronautical corporations. And in that agreement, right, the position of Secretary General for Administrative Affairs shall be filed permanently by the Republic of Liberia for a renewable term every 4 years. Now, this position is for Liberia, and Liberia and the Liberian government is supposed to make nomination to this position under this monorail aerospace, regulatory collaborative organization, right? For 4 years, every 4 years. So Mr. Sana is the current head, and he has been there, but his tenure expired, right? And got renewed, right? And he is serving a new term that apparently Joseph Baga Jr. is not aware of, but it showed his friend that when he become president, he will appoint the man. Here is the communication nominating and appointing this man to this tenure position. And this information is sensitive and is for Joseph Juma Baka Sr. himself to know. That probably you president, you be saying on there, other people passing around, they're usurping and taking and taking decisions that will affect you and your presidency. And you have to be keen. The presidency you say you wanted, it comes with a very huge tax and responsibility. This communication is dated on the 8th of December 2023. Honorable Lassana Sana, Rubber Flight International Region, Monrovia, Liberia.
Is it that one?
December 8th. That's about 10 days before President Weah issue the circular on no new hiring in government or no. That was done in December. That was done on this December when? December 18, right? Or thereabout, yeah. Based upon your desire to play a more meaningful role in the promotion of peace, reconciliation, and development of our country, I am pleased to appoint you Deputy Secretary General, Rubber Flight International Region, as Liberia's representative. Please accept my congratulations and my expression of trust in your ability to make a meaningful contribution in your area of responsibility as we strive to move our country forward in a process aimed at enhancing peace, reconciliation, and development. Sincerely, George Manenwuya. That's the communication. And when this is done, this body is under the Ministry of what? The Ministry of Transport. The Minister of Transport will then do a communication to the Rubber Flight International Region Office, right? Communicating the President's appointment to the body, which Minister Samuel Wulu did on when? Let me get the date. He did, but the communication is here. Okay, Mr. Mohamed Suma, which is the secretary, he is the Secretary General of the Rubber Flight Information Region, Magibi County, Liberia. Reference: reappointment of Lassana Sano. Dear sir, I present my compliment and by directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Manenwuya, I forward the attached communication of December 8, 2023, reappointing Lassana Sano as Deputy Secretary General of the Rubber Flight International Region, right, Information Region, representing Liberia. With esteem, sentiment, and best wishes, kindly accept the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours truly, Samuel A. Ulu, Minister of Transport, Republic of Liberia. So, on yesterday, in a very dramatic fashion, this Lassana Sano man, who has been reappointed, got attacked, right? And he posted on his social media handle that I got attacked today by men believed to be supporters of the Unity Party. They demanded I leave my office or be made to leave as it is their job and time. They made all sorts of threats on my life and that of my family. I am calling on the ruling establishment, which is the Unity Party government, to please intervene as I am not taking this for granted. Of course, nobody will take it for granted. And the reason we thought to flag this is that we are a country of law and we must be there to respect the law, especially people who campaign on rule of law, to come and try to bring about this partisan and militancy and taking talks. The first place we saw it was the EPA. When the EPA Director General, right, has a tenure, a year on his tenure, we saw Unity Party people go there, or people believing to be Unity partisans. We don't know where they're getting their instruction from. Went there one morning and tried to attack and deny Professor Wisin Tape entry into his office.
They even did that yesterday.
They
were
did
there
yesterday
again.
Right? And then this same thing is repeating itself to the Rubber International Flat Information Region office. Right? When this man has a tenure. And we are also told, as much as some of us have our own issue and disagreement with Emma Glasgow, that there are elements that are planning to also go there and remove Emma Glasgow from her office. This is a tennis job. These are tennis jobs. Mr. President, if you are not in the know, these are the breeding grounds for chaos and tension in the country. And this country does not belong to Joseph Newman Boakai, neither the Boakai family. This is the Republic of Liberia, and so shall it remain. An attempt to start to use party or partisan to start to intimidate other people and telling people, oh, this is our time, they must leave their tenant position in flagrant disregard and disrespect for the law and of the laws of the Republic. This is bad, and you're starting on a bad note.
Very, very bad. And that's why we place emphasis on this conversation the other day, because we thought the president was being more vigilant and sensitive enough to taking action against what happened at the EP. And what we said about the EP the other day, we're clear. I remember we said that if action is not taken against those who perpetrated the violence at the EPA, it will be a reason or a precedence for others to go at another government entity and asking or demanding people to leave the entity. For me, I'm aware that the United Party is a very stubborn political party. They are stubborn in doing the wrong things and very stubborn and very proud in defending the wrong.
Very insistent.
That one is in them. They will be doing the wrong things and be defending it and take pride in doing it. They will take ownership of it. Even though they know it is wrong. It happened with Queen Johnson thing. You saw the only Queen Johnson around here. You saw all the violence that took place across the country right during the campaign. You saw UP defending it and justifying it. They own it and they justify all of the violent actions that took place across the country. Even to the extent that deaths were involved, lives of people were taken away. The UP people own it and proudly defended their actions that resulted to the death of too many persons. That's the United Party. Just yesterday, 2 incidents occurred at government entities, the Royal Flat and the EPA as well. Just as those talks were invading the Royal Flat, that's how talks. And the sad thing about the EPA is that the guy whose name is Patrick, let me get his name. Yeah, John Cannon.
John Cannon, the ringleader?
Yes. John Cannon, there's a difference between the two. Another man, John Cannon, has surfaced now. The first guy was, and let me get his name. The first guy who was causing the man cause. That one name is Benjamin. Not Benjamin, but John Cannon. Benjamin Camo, John Cannon, Andrew Cooper, Jerry Tupa. Okay.
Benjamin Camo. That the man there.
That's the man sponsoring the violence at EPA.
So he was also there. So he the one insulting that man cause?
No, that's John. The guy insulting the man. The guy causing the man cause.
Because Camo is the one
Jerry
I'm told that want to be head.
Yeah.
So he's the one feeling all the tension now for the EPA owner.
So yesterday, this guy called Cannon. Let me get the name very well.
John Cannon.
This guy called John F. Cannon. And we'll pause that video again. This is the guy you saw throwing the glass up.
Yeah.
That's the guy called John Cannon. He does not work with the EPA. No.
Okay.
He doesn't work with the EPA.
Sim was seen yesterday.
So he used to be a consultant at the EPA. He doesn't work there. His contract was terminated for rudeness, lack of performance, non-compliance.
He is actually rude.
So they terminated his contract. So he had been all of the entity for a very, very long time. The man, he calls himself a billionaire. This guy said he is the brother-in-law to Jeremiah Kuhn. That's what we know. He said he is the brother-in-law to Jeremiah Kuhn. So Jeremiah Kuhn's brother-in-law rushed in the yard of EPA yesterday, parked his vehicle in the reserved parking space of the deputy executive director, opened the car door, and started insulting in the yard issuing threats and calling on Wesley Tappe to leave to vacate his office. And if Tappe does not vacate his office, he was going to force Tappe to leave the office. And that Tappe, if Tappe was not in the yard, Tappe would not be allowed to enter the yard.
Even park his the park of Hugo in the main parking space.
The Tappe will not be allowed to go. Now, there are screenshots that we cannot read on the air because they are so Marcos in the EPA chat room. So Marcos. But trust me, we will post them. We'll ask Prof. Tappe to please for permission. If he permits us, we'll post these screenshots on our social media pages. So you see the character that is disturbing EPA. He said he Jeremiah Kun brother-in-law. Jeremiah Kun married to his sister.
Yeah.
So because Jeremiah Kun
right.
married to his sister, he's misbehaving in public. In the public lane.
Because Jeremiah Kun married his sister.
He been causing Wesley Tappe man in the chat room. Insulting Wesley Tappe man.
Because Jeremiah Kun married his sister.
Yes. And the job belongs to the UP. So for him, the way to get EPA executive director position is to cause Wesley Tappe man. And Joe Baga does not see anything wrong with that. Jeremiah Kun does not see anything wrong with that. They sit down, keep their mouths shut, and don't say anything. When their in-laws are roaming the corridors, insulting people for jobs, threatening people's lives, invading public government offices, disrupting normal activities, and they are sitting doing nothing and saying nothing and taking no action. You insult somebody, man, because of job that does not belong to your pa or your man. That Jeremiah Kun man get EPA. That Jeremiah Kun pa get EPA. That Jeremiah Kun woman get EPA. You misbehaving that your man or your pa or your in-law get EPA. EPA is a public entity. You can't go there and insulting people and misbehaving, invading the place, disrupting normal activities because you want job.
And he said because of your time.
If Jeremiah Kun and your brother-in-law, go to him and let Jeremiah Kun use his influence and appoint you in the position. Do you have to go to the entity to disrupt normal activities? Who told you when there is no ED and deputy ED, there is a directive for the most senior civil servant to take charge of government entities? It means works are still going on in the absence of heads of those entities. You don't go there and disrupt normal activities because your pa or your man left a job called EPA executive director for you. You don't do that. And you insult the main man in the chat room. You can do that. The other day, the other man, of course, he want to get man.
It's dangerous.
You just reduce the place of Marcos in public service.
I don't know where this is coming from, man. I don't know how.
But Joe Baga just
is condoning.
Prophet Kisaya and cause everybody man. Joe Baga's laugh about it. Avatuba sat there and denigrated a woman who all the females in Unity Party and Joseph Baga they sat down and clapped for it. Jega Kolba went to Lofa Kante and denigrated Thomas Fana. Joseph, in the presence of Joe Baga, he laughed about it.
Yeah, but we are reminding
all the times that people were misbehaving at Prophet Key. So everybody mind Joe Baga was laughing, was celebrating it because Prophet Key was supporting him. Today, Prophet Key is still supporting Joe Baga and insulting people's mothers on Facebook every day. Baga does not have any problem with that. The first person I ever heard condemning that thing was American. I saw him read recently condemning that about cultural ambassador and all of that. You can't promote these kinds of attitude in public service. And when people do the same to Joe Baga, they say they may owe.
Yeah, and these things, and the danger is that these things will be happening and the leader will not say a thing.
No.
He will not say anything. And some of our frustration with Baga then during the campaign was when these killings were happening, these attacks were happening, not a day Baga as a statement said anything. At least to sound reconciliatory or discourage his partisans from violence. No, he benefited from these violence actions. So this culture has developed in the partisan of the UP because they know that there's a sleeping old man that's presiding over them, and he has come into governance to a point where they are moving in areas that are even protected by law.
Yes.
Right? For Jojo Baga Jr. to be allowing his friend Mark Queer to organize, to organize talks and go to an entity and demand the head of that entity to leave his office. Not a law to leave his office. They go like I don't know, forklift to go and uproot the man from his office for a Mark Queer. Simply because Mark Queer that Jojo Junior friend. And Bwaka is saying now, we are saying this one year, you'll be sleeping again, they not bring to the executive mansion and come and start sleeping there. Right? These are troubling moments, and all of you who mean well for this country, especially those in the religious and the civil society angle, you must start to raise the red flag around these things. We are telling you, you're saying that because some of you are partisan.
In the council of churches,
right?
They were speaking every day.
Every day, but you will not say anything. So when these are boiling moments, boiling points. So when you start to attack these kinds of institutions, reputable, and there are reasons why these institutions were given tenure, so that they'll be off the politics. And people are taking politics there. Civil society, council of churches. You're not saying anything. You're saying on there. That's why we told you must remain neutral and stay your ground, so that you will always have that space and voice to talk. I know under a normal atmosphere, right, the council of churches will sound a caveat to the president, and the president will listen. But when the president starts to see you as a partisan, then there's a problem. If you are the president of the council of churches and the president thinks you are a partisan, then there's a problem. He will not take you seriously. But if the president starts to see you as an objective moral voice in the society, the day the news rang with the council of churches president issuing a statement, that president start to shake and start to make adjustment. But now who's going to talk? Now only Freedom FM talking for the whole country right now. So we are using Freedom FM to tell Bwakai on behalf of the Liberian people to wake up from his slumber and correct these things. Speak to the matter at the EPA. Speak to the matter and remind your children to take their hands from the job. The Constitution say the president shall appoint. The Constitution say the president, children them will be passing around taking their friend, taking money from investors and giving them contract and this. That's not what the Constitution say. I don't know, Austin, if you're aware of that. I just did not say.
It's just disappointing.
The has this privilege. The law, they're privileged for the first family, but they say that Katumu Bwakai will be appointing her friend to be superintendent in Bomi County, right? That Katumu Bwakai will be taking her friend to carry them to be superintendent in Bomi County, and the county caucus is not happy.
No,
which is also a
the caucus is not happy. The caucus isn't happy. And this thing is going to persist for the rest of Bwaga stay in government, because Bwaga cannot say no to Katumu. Bwaga cannot say no to Jojo. All of you who know Joe Bwaga and his family relationship, he does not say no to Katumu. He does not say no to Jojo. He will not say no to Jojo and Katumu. It's a goal. Imagine the man sent the vice president. This Ralph Flatty we're talking about is something that Jeremiah had interest in. Jeremiah had raised the issue of Joe Bwaga. Joe Bwaga sent his vice president to his wife to go and submit his request to his wife for that position.
Imagine.
And his wife told the vice president that she was sending her somebody there.
And not knowing that Jojo friend.
Jojo friend. Even I'm told that nephew, sir. I'm told that's her nephew.
The Makuya guy?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's the relationship.
I'm told that's her nephew.
So that family has to be beating you.
That's why we just been informed that Makuya is a nephew to the first lady. And a friend, obviously a close cousin to Jojo. Jojo's cousin.
Wow.
And you know, I enjoying it. We're talking about we are enjoying enjoying what Baka is doing. Baka, any way you want to run the country, you and your woman and your son Jojo, you run the country like that. Anyway, the Americans waiting for to put a more inside and start saying they issue report and they're talking this and they're talking that. Waiting for them. Because look, when you what you buy, why you order versus what you get. That what happening to Liberia now. What do you order versus what you get? Anyway, Joe Baka and Katumu Baka and Jojo Junior won't run the country. You run the country. Nobody will tell you anything. Anybody will tell you. The people that are crying for a job, we stay with you. We stay with the people that are crying for a job. We stay with the Baka family. Anyway, you want to run the country, you run the country like that. You said John we should go, John we are gone. You said John we should go, John we are gone. You said the children were crying, John we are gonna go. You said rapper were hard, John we should go. You said the government were corrupt, John we should go. You said we are employing sedition, John we are gonna go. You said all the worst about John we are, so he should go. John we are gone. Joe Baka, the rescue mission is in power. I like the way the rescue mission is rescuing the country. We will remind you through audio, through video, through songs, even music. The music, your song, your dance. Do the campaign. We play them here consistently. We play them, the audio, the things you said during the campaign. We play them here consistently to remind all of you that hey, during the campaign, these support Baka family. Any way they want to run the country, you run the country. People
post that for the photo.
One in the photo. One Jeremiah Kuka to you. One Jeremiah Kuka to you for job. You send him to Katumu. When I'm going to come to you for job, Baka send him to Katumu. Any start on Jimba, you send them to Katumu. Let them go and submit and bow down to Katumu and Jojo Junior so they can decide their fate. I support you, Mr. Baka. 1 million times I support you. Transfer them, subject their authority to Katumu and Jojo. Jojo, run the country. Prophet Kiki asked when I full letter what to Jojo, run the country. Run the country the way you feel like run the country, my boy. Run the country, my son. Run the country the way you want to run the country. All your friends, your girlfriends, your friends' girlfriends, your friends' wives, put them in the position, give them the jobs and look at the job, my son. It is your time. Enjoy it. Tamabaka, you enjoy the country. Yeah, that's feedback. You enjoy the country. I see a person the many picture in Dubai. I say the many in Dubai. What the man should go heavy? Please go heavy. So, they may enjoy the country. The country is sweet.
Rescue small terrain. Why you
the country get money? Jojo, you enjoy the country. Bring all your friends from Dubai. Bring your friends from the States, from the Bahamas. Carry your friends around. You're touring the world, my son. It's your time. Enjoy. Preach just like he preach on the prophet on the 1 time a day that his business.
When he preach, then Barack will bring the walk.
Yeah, you shut up. I can put like they can cry tea, they can cry blood that are better. Joe Baka can run the country any way you want to run it. You gave him the authority to run the country. He transferred the authority to Jojo Junior and Katumu. You let the people run the country. You run this country. This country belongs to y'all. And you see you're coming back for your country. This country belongs to y'all. Joe Baka is clear.
So you mean my uncle then flat bay and 10 tire children they use for Baka campaign, everything will go in.
Yeah, be going to be. Yeah, but they don't try to build a mansion, pay for the mansion. That's the boss run the country, man. Joe Baka, you run the country. You run the country. Joe, we are gone.
Let's take this song. Let's take this song here, and then we will come back. Like Austin said, we'll play in video, we'll play in music, we'll play the recordings and everything you used to be saying. But let's hear this one from Takun J and see who the cap fits.
Yeah. Okay.
Auntie, sugar, hey man, I want picture of
I post for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. Post. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. Post. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo.
Oh yeah.
But I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo,
Apache Honda,
and you know, they were the ones making mockery of this song against seditions, right?
Sure.
So that time for all to play the
in the photo, but I can't even see my shadow in the photo. Where the blaha in the photo. So Shaka Demon, I see in the photo. They say your camera over door. They say your picture will not clear. If your picture will be all clear. And the reason why the way I told the picture didn't play. But now I see the pussy in the photo. Talking say that
hey, back out the photographer.
I see Jojo here shining in the photo.
Photo did not follow in the photo. When I wear the blaha shining in the photo. Shaka Demon did not visit all the camera in no more. They blocking us in the photo. Yes. I post for the photo. But I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo.
How can they miss it? Shaka Demon there in the photo.
What did Carrasco say?
Where see Blaha there in the photo. I can see myself in the photo.
And
how can I can see myself in the photo? Oh,
Steve Zago used to be when he used to be senator.
John Balu then all can see themselves in the photo.
There's this guy who is named as head of the Ministry of Defense, the military. Davidson Fuller. We're waiting for his confirmation on this information, and he has come already. So yes,
Davidson Fuller.
We didn't want to say it because we needed confirmation, but our research on our guys has already confirmed. Do you all remember during the Ebola period when Shaggy Camara got killed in West Point?
Wait, that's it.
During the Ebola period, when Shaki Kamara got killed after the military was ordered to move into West Point, and that led to the death of Shaki Kamara. May so rest in peace. The officer that was directly involved in the shooting of Shaki Kamara,
history.
The officer that was directly involved in the shooting of Shaki Kamara.
The people of West Point, you're listening.
His name is Davidson Fuller. This is the Davidson Fuller guy who was directly involved in the shooting of Shaki Kamara. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her government ordered an investigation. Whether that investigation was concluded or not, but Davidson Fuller left honor. He still on investigation until the UP government expired. That report, the findings from the report have not been made public. No action was taken by the UP government. When Mr. Weir came to power, Davidson Fuller was amongst some of the names that were nominated or recommended for nomination in the government from Lofa County. And Steve Zago, as chair on security and defense and all of that, he had an interest. No one is on that so made an interest. Oh, my man, blah, blah, blah. When Davidson Fuller was nominated or recommended by Steve Zago, then senator, folks within the military, the current structure of the military, remanded George Weah, the then president. He said, no, but Mr. President, this guy is smart, he's good, he knows everything, he's trained. But this is the fellow who was involved in the Shaki Kamara shooting that was being investigated. That investigation was concluded. The findings are available, but we do not have access to the findings.
So it's not a good thing to carry this man.
So we don't advise that you nominate this man because the public outcry might put you into withdrawing your nomination, which should not be a good thing. So the folks in the military, in the area, advise the president to not proceed in nominating. That thing got Steve Zago vexed. When you saw Steve Zago being very aggressive and angry with the government.
But by then, it was Steve's interest.
Sure.
To have Fuller
as Deputy Minister for Operations. And I think that was after the death of what the guy named my man. Vavi. Yeah, Vavi. That was when he died, and then they were looking for somebody to succeed. I think Solizo was even nominated in that position too, yeah. And Solizo was
sure.
So Daisy Fuller named surface. And the people in the military advised Mr. Weah not to proceed in that direction. Mr. Weah took the advice. That's how Davidson Fuller did not get appointed as deputy for operations for the armed forces, Ministry of Defense.
And this is the Fuller.
This is the same Davidson Fuller that has surfaced in the photo for Mr. Barker. Now, not just that he is involved in the Shaki Kamara case, but that he is a notable partisan of the Unity Party. A notable partisan of the Unity Party.
And a Barker fanatic.
A Barker fanatic. Prince Johnson said something in his church. He said, PYJ said, Mr. Barker is removing Prince C. Johnson as head of the military and pushing him into early retirement to make him Minister of Defense because Mr. Barker does not trust Prince Johnson because Prince Johnson is from different country. So that's how Mr. Barker is bringing in his own Kisime as head of the military. This is against the foundation for which the Americans invested their money in the military. They are clear about tribalizing the military, the army.
It is not.
Do you think Mr. Barker appointing a Kisime who he feels comfortable with as head of the military, what do you think that Kisime is going to take to the military? Look, if you do not want us to have these tribal conversations, then don't take tribal actions or actions that are heavily guarded on the principle of tribal relationship.
So we come back to the
very
Prince Johnson and
Amar coordinating
issues.
So these are some of the issues happening within the Unity Party. Barker is aware that Davidson Fuller was the man involved in the shooting incident of Shaki Kamara.
He was vice president. He's aware.
He was vice president. Shaki Kamara got killed in this country and did not get justice. Today, the families are still mourning the death of Shaki Kamara. I went to West Point in 2014 when Christopher Neal was contesting to be a senator. When he launched the $1 million Shaki Kamara scholarship scheme, I saw the faces of the people, the family members. I saw them cry bitterly. Today, do you think those people are still happy?
No justice.
The UP government refused to give those people justice. Even an investigation that was launched. That investigation was never concluded. The findings were towards. The findings were never acted on. Mr. Barker was vice president. Today, when you take over as president, these are reports that Mr. Barker should be calling for. Hey, there was a report involving Shaki Kamara. Is that Prince Johnson, Daniel Zagan, Jeremy John? Is that report available? What's in the findings?
Go back and
then you bring in the people, yes, to reward the actual perpetrator
for being accused or alleged of killing a young promising Liberian from West Point. Reward him as the chief of staff of the army.
Because Brandon Samuka is around Joe Barker making decisions. Brandon Samuka trusts Davidson Fuller. He can manage the army and control the army. If Davidson Fuller is head of the military, Brandon Samuka feels in charge. Barker is comfortable with that because Barker too has insecurity issue.
That's correct. This is a very sensitive conversation, right? We'll keep it on the periphery for national security reasons, right? But these things have a way of unfolding themselves, especially when the man who's in charge is apparently being more trouble than professional in dealing with his job and the way he's supposed to handle these things, right? The sentiment is building up. People see clearly that the decisions and the consideration are made squarely on the basis of tribal, lineage or tribal affinities, right? So when people start to build these kinds of culture around the national security architecture of our country, it becomes troubling. Because these are the critical areas in the arena where everybody is supposed to feel safe and protected. But when you try to dominate them, and first of all, you try to bring in key places, people of your tribal lineage around you to start to make critical national decisions, insecurity comes in and trouble start to loom and all that. And we are told that these things are informed by people projection and expectation as to what may happen in 2 years, 3 years, or thereabout. So people are making these recommendations, people are making these suggestions. Oh, let's get this man there. In case of this, it happened this, it happened this, it happened that. This is not what most of you order from the store. From the election store, you went for rescue. You went for a rescue mission that will address everything you consider to be the problems that are impeding the growth and progress of Liberia. Nepotism, cronyism, sectionalism are all part of it. Anti-democratic vices, right? Corruption, all these things. But we are seeing repetition because when people start to offer jobs to people on the basis of transactions they've had with them, receiving money, and a culture, a perception is being built around, and this is even being carried by United Party stalwarts. That look, you just have to have $50,000 and come around and give it to. You can either get position in the government or you get contract from the government. This is happening. This is going on, and it's troublesome and it's troubling. This is not what the Liberian people voted for. And this is all we want you to understand. So we have these details. We'll work with the Senate. We'll work with the leadership of the Committee on Defense and National Security and all that, right? So that they will take cognizance of these things. This is rewarding impunity. This is rewarding people who stand accused of committing crimes against humanity. Because a poor Shaki Kamara doing a curfew era, fetching for food, innocent, poses no danger or threat, met his untimely death at the hands of a ruthless army operation in the area. And the man standing in the center of that being awarded as the chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia. Because of kinsmanship, we are worried about the dangers ahead. That man playing to the instruction of the president on the basis of kinsmanship, and the man who has his ear, Bernie Samuka. You remember when Bernie Samuka was threatening to invade the people from the barrack in 72nd, the stress, the statements, y'all know Bernie Samuka with the enormity of power they command now. The House of Senate must be the place to save Liberia and correct these things, this ethnic and maneuvering not to go on. So let's deny that man and get somebody better and professionalize the army. George Weah was from the southeast. He did not take a chief of staff from the southeast. The defense minister was not from the southeast. The national security advisor to George Weah was not from the southeast. Jefferson Campbell.
Yeah, he's from the southeast.
He's from the southeast?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he's from the west.
He's from Sando.
Camus. Okay. Right? But be it as it may, right? These are not people that have prior connection to the CDC or a political quest and all that. In fact, the man is a Henry family kind of class of people, progressive. They were incorporated to work. People must be incorporated to work for their country, irrespective of their political background, their history, everything they believe.
Yeah, but he could be a national security advisor. He's saying he wants a man to be close to him. But again, I mean, that's what we have. Our men look at see to A. He meant chili. He meant say all the things you're doing, they mean chili. They meant chili, they meant give it. They may give it, they may come out. They may say your position.
So, but how
they may come out.
Left the whole party?
But if you issue an instruction as the president to deny the man, the chairman of the party, access to your home, deny him access to your office, what is he doing here?
What it went wrong.
The Palestinians are demanding jobs. They want to get employed. They believe that the president is very slow on his nomination. They are very asking questions behind the scene. Mr. President, you already have a list. When we reach an agreement, can you release these? It will reduce the tension in the party. When they start to see more Palestinians' names surfacing, it's going to reduce the tension. But just keep holding onto the list, and it has reached a point where you don't seem to be in charge. The Omar is the one making the decision. Can you just give us what you have for the party? We can do our own vetting and then furnish you with the names and you announce them. Why are you trying to make decision with who goes to where from your family side? Baka takes offense to that. The Palestinians get angry. This is not UP first time going to president house to protest for job. The Palestinians have always been protest they went to Eddie Hall Fish Market to protest for job. To send John Balu to intervene. John Balu intervened. I think she gave people 5 or 6 slots. They recommended people to the different positions. That's how people at Amos Jordan even got their job for the first time in any government through that protest, even any house. So the Palestinians, especially the young people, are always protesting for jobs. This is not strange. Luther Tabet said, no, me, I'm not in the other 1 year. I go by America, I go rest my body. When you're ready, you're serious, you'll call me, we can. MPI in America, they need me information minister. He's staying in America looking for plane ticket, okay? So let me go relax there. But these things are happening, and for us, yes, to some extent, we empathize with the victims. But to a greater extent, we don't, because we saw these things coming and we predicted these things, but you did not listen. They say when you tell the child, they say when the baboon ready to die, it no longer hears the sound of the whistle. Baboon, we can hear that, sensitive to sound. But when the baboon ready to die, the bush shake his head. They can hear it. They talk about whistle. Imagine whistle, baboon can hear it. So they say when the roach ready to die, it goes near the oil bottle. So you saw oil bottle, you start going near it, smoke more. Your joint inside. So yes, we empathize with a few of you who really, really sincerely struggle with the UP. You deserve recognition. But many of you were very arrogant and rude and did not see what we were saying. Today, as scholar of you have to own it. You have to own it. You must own it.
Because this is the vision you voted for.
You voted for. Where is Majida Kuba today? Do you hear her speak? Do you hear her talk?
Do you see her in the photo?
Where is John Balu? Where is he? Jim Balu has not gotten one slot to say, Babe, my man, one slot they're taking. They are all still chasing 1 or 2 deputy assistant minister slots to put a picking name or a people in there. Nothing is shown right now in the Unity Party. There's nothing shown in the UP.
So far, that Tyler and Yombly and Dillon and
even the Tyler message is not getting his way through as we speak. Because the pressure on him from the caucus, they gave him 1 deputy minister slot in place of the county superintendent position. Okay. He's about to say another relative there. They want to give him, he put his brother at the Ministry of Transport.
But if the president sent a relative, so what the Megan saying?
But Tyler called it big because amongst everybody that supported Baka individually, I think Tyler got a ministry. Sure. Amar did not get anything. In fact,
Amar is not even welcome in the cycle anymore. Amar is completely disconnected. Besides the opportunity he has on Facebook to be writing, Amar is no longer in the picture.
But in real life, Amar has access to Baka. He will not be writing on Facebook.
No.
Amar was telling everybody here to manage their expectation. Do you really think Amar has access? He will be writing on Facebook, expressing his grievances on Facebook? No. He wouldn't be doing so. He's doing so because he's put.
For those of you that are thinking, say, A.B. Kumar appointment, Sekou Dougle has anything to do with Amar, that's a blatant lie. Absolutely nothing. These people got their appointments on their own account. It's not.
If I want A.B. Kumar got with it's a compromise job. It's a compromise job. Because what they wanted was the police. I mean, we'll beg you, just take the one for now. So they are not being prioritized. Nima is not being prioritized. Akko is not being prioritized. Even the individuals that supported Joe Barker, people that Jim Barney there, Balu there, they are not being prioritized.
Balu, with all the comments, sometimes when I think about it, I think, yeah, what they mean. So Balu not in the picture.
Balu is waiting for the Minister of Foreign Affairs to get confirmed.
Okay, he wants to go on foreign mission.
Sure, that's what we hear. But in Mama, I don't think you need to wait for the confirmation of the foreign minister before nominating an ambassador. So what the delay about?
That's the one I was even thinking about. You see the post
Because Balu's name is on the UP list that they sent. So that UP list, we told that UP list, I mean.
But that the UP things they're not even making a way.
Sure. Balu's name is on the UP's list.
So the
UP list on waiting list.
The MDR list,
they are all on waiting list. They're on waiting
the
list.
Amara list.
They're on waiting list. All those lists are on waiting list. So Katumu has to do that time by time. Katumu can say which list there? Okay, you're bring the one. When Katumu Madela Kupo can even see out Anna. We told that she and Yombly are falling off because she believes that Yombly is not pushing. Yombly has got.
When the last time you ever saw two of them do that video, what it be?
My man, didn't we sit here and say to all of these people that hey, Yombly is only into this thing for herself? Yombly get her potent job. You think Yombly get that for you?
Yombly is done.
Your ask the body party people, like 2 million Janos. Your ask them where Yombly has recommended them. Your ask them. Yombly is potent.
All managing the
she has access. She's on the vetting committee. Y'all ask like 2 million where Yombly has recommended them. Yombly is potent. She's satisfied. Especially so when the vice president and the president has said to her, Yombly, you say you want to potent. I've lived up to your own promise. Give me time. Let me sit down and work this list out. People will get job. People have to be patient. Yombly sit down. We'll put them job. Why Yombly is sitting waiting for Mr. Barker to sort certain things out? Barker transfers the list to his wife and his son, the junior ball. They are running things. And Yombly get her permanent job. She will not be pushing and fighting. Because when Barker gets angry or Katumu gets angry with Yombly pushing, they go to the Senate and get 15 senators or 15 senators or 16 senators. They remove her and put them.
And that was the arrangement with Yombly. Yombly, let's give you your potent thing. You sit down, you let us do what we have to do.
Simple.
Yombly agreed because Yombly is a very selfish woman and she cares only about herself. That's apart. We told you that Yombly just wanted naked power. She got it now. Right? The rest of you are on your own. Mr. Barker and his family decide if you're asking why, if this thing was done collaboratively and institutionally, the nominations will not be coming out slowly as they are coming. But because it's a family that got to be making the decision, so it's not easy. They got to look around, they make sure that they finish satisfying. So Mr. Barker is caught between that Caesar of family and, that Caesar of old friends and all that. So right now, the consideration is not on party politics and all of the everything you want to consider as key determinant of what might inform Barker's decision on who goes where and what happens where. So, more to that, if you have somebody who can guarantee your 50,000 or 75,000 to pay for your job, go get Jojo Barker Jr. or Tantan or somebody right in the family, or slide someone away to the Oma, then you're good. So if you don't have these connections, we are sorry. So all of you that are passing around, cursing us, talking all kinds of things when we're warning you, that no. It was because we listened to too many people that have worked with Barker before, that are friends with him, that know him, that have interacted. Even the US and Costa fell out with Barker after everything that family and Mr. Ure and Mr. Costa in particular played in resuscitating a dead ambition, a dead presidential ambition, in breathing life into it. Everything that young man did and the responses he was getting and the treatment he got Who told you that was only unique to the UA and Costa? So all of you that thought it was only for Costa and UA, the same responses you used to give Costa, oh, that man, he too greedy, he has become ambitious. You're using the man war now. The same war you use on Costa that the war you're using on Baka and family using on your. So Jojo will not pick up your calls, you'll not pick up anything, folks. But I don't know, for obvious reasons. I think this is the time for the next 1 week. We'll have to be chipping the Takun Jaden song in small. So
me, I stay with Katumu and Jojo.
Yeah, so let's hear why things are happening the way they're happening with this song. When we come back, we'll go to the phone lines. This one is a short break.
Yeah, Auntie, sugar, hey man, I want to get your van.
I post for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. Post. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. Post. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo. Post. I post for the photo, but I can see myself in the photo. What happened to the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. The people that were laughing at the photo, and the people that I see shining in the photo. Baby, what happened to the photo? What happened? Are you ready to tell you all the photo? Now I can see myself in the photo. I was standing right down there in the photo, but now I can't even see my shadow in the photo. Where the blah in the photo? So Shaga the money I see in the photo. They say your camera over door.
And at the part that made Luther Taber verse, the mayor got on the plane and left the country.
Now the reason why they went to the picture didn't play. No way, but now I see the person in.
When we're in the pool water.
Joy in the photo.
What were they in the photo?
Yeah, in the photo. Was in the rain and the sun for the photo. Photo go to the follow in the photo. When I wear the blah shining in the photo. Shaga Dimo then I visit all the camera in no more. They plotting us in the photo. Yes. I post for the photo.
Yes, indeed. Politics, Liberia. Appointments and everything going on. The North and Hula Balu. This is how we like to go to the phone lines this morning on the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104. The numbers to call and you will be live. Let's hear your views on the wide range of issues we've touched. Good morning.
Good morning, and I will share you good morning of Pastor Kawa. My name is Rabbi, political slacker, Ibrahim Mobe, and two join you from the help of the article of the locality. Let me appreciate the both of you this morning for always informing the people. Listen, some of us, we are not surprised. We are not surprised because we all say that Joseph Zuma Bwaka has no political and leadership ability to run the country forward.
Okay, no, but you're going to leadership ability to move the country forward. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ms. Franklin. I really want to appreciate you guys for the talk show this morning. You know, this is not a shocking news to us, but we expect this to happen. But anyway, at least I'll be getting something else to know for now. This one we know whether Labrador has or whether I have not deserved. But we know that thing we're saying on God have come to light.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you, my friend. Good morning to you, Abu. Good morning to you, Austin.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Hussein Kewu, and I phone in from around the Jacobtown District 2. So thank you for the many talking points, and I listen to you quite attentively. So let me say this, Abu. There is a law that provides that every county should produce a minister. There is a law. When you check that, your research, it will tell you clearly. So it is not an option by the president.
Which law is that?
Do your research.
No. Hussein, I think we can have issue.
There is a law that was passed by the legislature.
What's the title of the law?
Now I say you have to do your research because I don't have to read before me now.
Hussein.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Henry Ramos calling for Sagwan Branch City for me county.
Go ahead.
I just want to use this time to extend my thanks and appreciation to you guys for this kind of an enlightenment to our people. You know, Abu, you're not strange to some of us. I pray, I tell God, thank you. I never took my vote to put it in the casket. I just wish the bracket for people, as people are saying that, people on the side of bracket, my ancestors, and on the side of bracket. I pray that the bracket will rule this country the way they wish to do. And Thank you very much so much.
Thank you. Another man is on the side of Baka. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
We are fine. Let's hear you.
My name is Bill calling from Division number 10 to be precise, Keita. Uncle, let me say thank you to you there for your show this morning. I am happy to be part of this show because I'm a listener. And all the time from 5 years, I've been trying to call on the show and know it, but I'm happy today to be part of this show. And we listen to you people carefully for the past time and told our brethren that there was nothing was going to be done by the Unity Party. And today they are seeing it. Thank you for playing the music this morning. I can see myself in the photo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
So Abu, you will not have to cut me off, right?
My man, Baba, no time for that thing. You
want to be an intellectual, you're not informed. Which law? Just you research. Call the title of the law. Then you say I should go research. I know that there's no law. They say I should go research.
You come to the public video, you won't get it. Hello, good morning. On the WhatsApp.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning, Augustine.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're live.
And I'm Alaska. I'm having a conversation this afternoon continuing in India. Abu, yeah, you couldn't have said it much better than what you said. These are things that we said during the campaign time, but you know, the party.
Oh, Alaska left the line, and there is another song here. Then there's another song here called "You're Not Right," and you know that you're not right. You're not right. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Hello.
Okay. Let's take this man on the WhatsApp. Alaska, you went off. Let's hear you.
Yeah. As I was saying, right, the Unity Party people felt that those who are supporting Mr. Weah were the stupidest people. They felt that they were the sun people that believe everything that go back all the best in life. And why is happening that remind me of the song "What to do, Mama"? They call your mother, told your mother, you get married. Why call your mother? You know they want to marry.
You take your time to know her.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Mm-hmm.
And when things turn around to call your mother and tell her you get vote, was the biggest mess of the life. So we are just looking at them.
So we'll be using music now to
communicate.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear brother. The next person. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
This is Super Green, and I join you from 16th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, Abu, I think there's a need that we go for me for taco days, so they started making sense in the disco.
Oh, it just started making sense, eh?
Yeah, it just started making sense to not only Unity Party, but we that support the CDC. We told this that everything is needed. In fact, I don't want to hear people complaining about Banga. They were aware they knew Banga even better than us.
Mm.
We were only humans who are getting from the information as it is with Banga's attitudes. With the hatred from Ellen Johnson Salim, who took it from nowhere and going to somewhere, they men exhibit their hardcore attitude to Malan Salim.
Mm.
So today, I don't want them to be complaining. They should just be celebrating it because they agree when we were telling them, they were telling us.
They will agree, but the other one, yeah, they won't agree. So what you can do if you live in a community where you get your Unity Party neighbor and won't be tying their face, just put your speaker outside, you play the Takun Jason. Post for the photo, and I mean that's a way. Let it be a moment of celebration and let everybody. What's the time is now, good friend?
Yes, I know Marley is here to make some LD, so we have to go, but we shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. It was nice being with you, and let's say Carrasco, when are you returning to the country? Yeah, you need to let us know when you're returning so we can send people on the airport to receive you.
Yeah. Carrasco.
For doing that video. Yeah. That video.
That video. Yeah.
What did man say the video?
That video.
I make the birds excited.
Excited and they're coming to me. Carrasco, you see the birds? They're excited.
They're excited. I make the birds excited.
While people are putting pose for the photo and repeat in Monrovia.
We are making the breast excited in the photo.
In the photo. You see, breasts are in the photo, getting excited, while in Monrovia, people are not excited.
And little Tabe is running away
from Monrovia. And you know that it's not right. It's not right. The thing Baga doing, it's not right. It's not right. Absolutely, it's not right. But that's what it is. And folks, that's all the time we get to be here. We leave you with this one. But Takunje, he called it not right. Let the Unity Party people have a good time. Bye-bye.
Well, I be rap about the comedy sound. Hip hop, bring it down with the shout sound. She want to until I do my own, and she want to get my need to go and tell her, yeah, I use that bubble in a right. And you know that ain't right. I have my name, Brown, so we down, so we all it go. But the main thing I have me betting when you please go in a right. And you know that ain't right.